So maybe you have an amazing bank account where you're able to earn half of 1% interest on your savings. Maybe you don't. But if you have a lot of cash on hand, there's a lot of really great bank account bonuses out there that can earn you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per year, and that's what we're going to be going over today. Going over bank account bonuses can be a little bit intimidating at first, but this is something that was taught to me by my grandmother. A lot of people refer to it as bank account churning, which is actually not the correct terminology. Bank account churning, in the truest sense, is something that is completely illegal, and it's when you pretty much bounce checks using insufficient funds and move from bank account to bank account. This is really more about bank account bonuses and how they can improve your finances pretty much throughout the entire year. The best things about these bank account bonuses is that they're FDIC insured just like a regular bank account. So no matter what, your money is always going to be protected, and it's going to be in a bank that's typically a larger bank that most of you may or may not have heard of in the past. All of these banks offer different sort of advantages and have different terms and conditions that apply. A good example is a bank that will require you to have a direct deposit, a minimum balance, and you have to make a certain amount of transactions every month. Now, this is not for all of them, but keep in mind you have to have a pretty good amount of cash on hand, so this might not apply to everyone. But if you follow the Dave Ramsey method and you have 6 months to 1 year of emergency savings saved up, this is a really great way to make some money off of your money. I'll give you guys some examples. As of right now, Citibank is offering a $300 or $700 bonus if you meet their criteria. On the $700 one, you have to have direct deposit and keep a minimum balance of $50,000 of a combined average of your monthly balance. Now, that's not too bad. You usually get paid these bonuses within 90 days of opening your account. There is another one offered at Citibank if you have a little bit less money. The terms and conditions are pretty much the same, except instead of a $50,000 balance, you have to keep a minimum of a $10,000 balance and have a direct deposit set in there. I'm not saying anything in terms of how many transactions you have to make, but there is also a monthly service fee on the $300 offer of $25. So if you were to do that, it would cost you $75 after 90 days and you would be earning $300, so you're actually only making $225. With the $700 one, you're looking at a $30 monthly fee to keep your account open. So over a 90-day period, that is $90. 700 minus 90 is $610, and you have to keep a $50,000 balance in the bank. Again, this is great for emergency savings, but if you think that you can do much better in the stock market off of $50,000 or $10,000, please follow your instincts and go that route. Here is another example. What is being offered right now at PNC Bank is a $200 bonus if you open a checking account. The thing with the checking account is that you have to have qualifying direct deposits of $2,000 or more with the new Virtual Wallet Checking Pro. So you have to have at least $2,000 in there, and they'll give it to you after 90 days. However, if you are putting $2,000 in and you're earning $200 after 90 days, that is a 10% rate of return on a simple 90-day bank account. And then if you don't like the bank account or you want to go back to your old one, you can go ahead and go back, but you'll be $200 richer. Keep in mind that a lot of banks are going to find ways to reel you in, and then if you don't pay attention to your banking, you may actually get the shorter end of the stick. This happened to me personally with Capital One, where they offered a 2% monthly rate of return on whatever balance that you had. However, in the fine print, it states terms and conditions can change at any time. The percentage rate can change at any time. And I saw my monthly statement going from like an extra $400 per month down to $3, $2, $1, and then down to like $12. So in a lot of those, they're going to keep the 2, 3, 4, 5% for maybe 1 or 2 months, and then it's going to slowly deteriorate over time. And once it gets down to the point where you're actually not earning enough, to where you could compare it to earning it at another bank, it's time to switch banks and take full advantage of these bank bonuses, these offers, the higher interest rates, and then just keep them for a very short pre-designated amount of time so that you can make the most bang for your buck and then go elsewhere. This might be where the terminology of churning came from, because you're constantly cycling through your checking and savings account in order to earn the most money. But if you have the cash on hand, some people actually make this into almost like a second job and can earn anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 per year just off of churning their bank statements. So if you get a chance, these change on pretty much a daily basis, and I just gave you a couple of examples that I pulled up simply by putting in the Google search bar best bank bonuses, and go ahead and do that and see if they're right for you. Before I say goodbye, go ahead and smash that like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and go ahead and check out my ebook on Amazon, Living on Almost Nothing. I will leave a link in the description below. And don't forget, if you believe that you can or you believe that you can't, you are always going to be right. Prepper Princess out.
He doesn't even care that I'm using it as a footrest. He was snoring a second ago. He loves me.